This episode contains scenes made to simulate auditory hallucinations. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, traveler, and welcome to Sapphire, a meditative fantasy podcast that will guide you through a world of self-discovery. Merging storytelling with energy healing, this podcast explores a different approach to meditation. My name is Ashtyn, and I am your guide on this journey. Please use headphones for an immersive audio experience. Last episode, we discovered Avira's garden on Alacon Island, where you fostered a connection between your loved ones, past, present, and future. Today, we'll discover a mystery connected to Aspen Falls. If you are tuning in for the first time, please go back to episode 1 to begin your journey. This podcast is created, produced, and narrated by Mar Tizak, and music is mixed by Adam Ive. If you'd like to support this podcast or stay up to date on latest Sapphire news, visit sapphire.ca. Now, take a deep breath, close your eyes, open your third, and let's begin. I love the smell of this forest at the start of a new day. The dew brings out the fragrances of the pine trees and wildflowers, or whatever it is you see in your mind's eye. It feels welcoming, like today is going to be a good day. How do you feel after connecting with your loved ones from Avira's garden? If you've learned anything from that experience, I hope it's that you can trust that you're supported. There are so many ways you're being supported, and you might not even realize them. It's easy to think of all the bad things that could be said about you, or that could happen to you. But what about all those things that are happening for you? You don't know who might be retelling a funny memory they had with you that warms their heart or makes them laugh. And can you imagine how many times you've avoided stressful situations by being late to an event or taking some different route somewhere? We'll never fully know the extent to which we are supported. I hope you can find peace in that. How has it been tuning into your perception of this world? Do you notice any changes in your surroundings? Or has this island been pretty much the same all along? Remember, any answer can be related to your psyche. Notice how vibrant the trees and plants are. If they're different than before, maybe there's something new in your field of view here, or you can perceive something different. Hey, can we pause here? I have something to tell you. I feel bad holding this back for so long, but I don't think I can continue like this. I'm not supposed to tell you, really. It should be something you discover at your own time. But we're so close to Aspen Falls, and I don't want you to miss out on the healing that comes with this. The truth is, souls who visit Sapphire don't just come here once, and you're not an exception to that. You've been here before. I don't know how many times, but it's usually more than once. Because time doesn't happen chronologically, when a soul comes to Sapphire, it experiences many lives at once. And as a traveler visiting this world, after it's been abandoned, well, that means you're here to retrieve something you've left behind. The path of the traveler is about discovering your inner depths and bringing the healing and transformation from within you out into this world. By doing that work here, you're also doing that work in your waking life. I don't know what you're here to retrieve, but at least now you know the truth. Or one small part of it that I can offer you. I've tried telling other travelers at the beginning of their journey that they've been here before, but most of them would just get overwhelmed and abandon the journey before it even started. I think it's because this healing takes a lot of work, and if you can't remember what you're trying to heal, it's hard to feel hopeful. I can't speak for them, but I can imagine that's the reason. So I made a new rule for myself. I promised not to tell new travelers about this, to see if they could start remembering on their own. I guess I'm not a really good rule follower then. But we're so close to the Aspen Falls, and you've done so much work already. I thought it could help you somehow if I told you before we got there. I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I hope you can understand. Are you willing to move forward? Do you want to continue? Okay. Let's keep going then. Let's find these falls. I'm sure we'll find a stream soon that will lead us to the falls. You've been so open to your healing. I can't imagine it taking us much longer. And now that you know the truth about yourself, you must be close. In case you're wondering, I promise I haven't met you before. If we did, I would know. Even if my memory was wiped at some point, I'd still know. Deep down, when you give yourself the space to pause and listen to your being, you can feel that knowing. All your memories of your lives in Sapphire are still with you. They're just buried. As your guide, it's really nice to watch you grow into yourself. I know there's still parts of your chosen self you have yet to remember, but your pace is perfectly yours. Even if it does take longer to find these falls, it's meant to happen when it happens. Have you had any new learnings lately? Are you feeling closer to your chosen self? I know it's a bit of a personal question. You don't need to answer if you don't feel comfortable with it. I feel like travelers come here looking for something inside of them and end up finding something unimaginably different. It's hard to put in words, but it's a very common experience. Being a mystic, I can relate to that sometimes. It's easy to forget where you end and others begin. Hey, it looks like there's a stream there. I can see a little dip in the clearing of the bushes just off to the left. What? Where's the water? The stream's completely dry. It hasn't been that hot out lately. I've never seen this before. How does this happen? Let's follow it. Either way, it'll lead us to the falls. No wonder it's taken some time to find a stream. You can't hear it when there's no water running through. Something doesn't feel right. It's okay though, I'm sure there's a reason for it. Just keep going. But still, we're finally going to the Aspen Falls. Anything can be transformed there, as long as you allow it. Isn't that exciting? The water's touch is transformative. It feels like little crystal beads, each working to cleanse and purify you of anything you can think of. And it'll definitely carry through in your waking life. You'll feel so refreshed and nourished and... What? It's empty. Not one drop of water. No, this is supposed to be a waterfall, pouring down into the pool that reaches your waist. It's just dry. What happened here? I wonder if the energy lines created by Micah and the water elementalists have something to do with it. Or maybe something's blocking the water flow. Strange. There's a hole in the wall that's usually covered by the water. There should be a stone here, directing the energy from the ocean to this point. Without it, well, at least we know why nothing's here. But who would move that? Uh-oh. It's gotten dark now. Something's happening. Hey, are you okay? A storm on a sunny day. That's not right. Oh. Okay, the ground is shifting. Here, take my hand. It's okay, just remember, this can't hurt you. You're safe. Just like the Mora Desert, the forest was there all along. Remember that. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and focus on the sounds beyond this. Whoa. Back into the trees. Are you okay? That's your echo. Judging by the size of it, I can with certainty say you've been here more than a couple of times. I should have prepared you better for this. I'm sorry, I should have told you the moment we got to this island. It looks like your echo is holding the crystal that brings the water to the falls. And if you can face this, the healing waters of these falls will be restored. Alright, now listen to me. The echoes you faced before belonged to others. All you needed to do was protect your space and extend compassion if you could. But your echo is a different story. Just as you have a chosen self you'd like to be, you have the potential to swing the other way. That depends on how you interact with your echo. It is the shame you carry around for being something other than. The guilt you have that hasn't been set free. It's a version of you that contradicts all you've been working towards because all it wants is acceptance. When you're ready to hold space for this, we'll walk over to your echo together. I'll be right here. Take a moment to ground yourself. Okay, take my hands and let me send you strength. Breathe in and stay open as my healing energy runs from my palms and into yours. Exhale it down into the soles of your feet. 2 more times. Inhaling from the palms of your hands and exhaling down into the soles of your feet. One more time. In and down. Okay, let's go. Remove yourself from the distractions of your surroundings. Focus only on the echo. Everything else around you is happening in response to you. So just focus on the echo. Use your unique sight to see what's really around you. See, this space is yours to reflect into. Make the space for healing. Your echo is hurt and wounded. It won't hurt you. It only wants to protect you. Remember this. Now, stand facing the echo and pay attention to what you see. Does it look like you? Does it have a body Or is it just an energy? Take a moment to notice and let the answers come to you. Now think of a trait that you want to embody within your chosen self. This could be compassion, selflessness, courage, groundedness, confidence, whatever comes to mind. Why is that trait important to you? Where can you feel it in your body? Breathe into that. And exhale. With that trait in mind, look into the eyes of your echo. Even if it doesn't have a face, its eyes are there. What event or memory has robbed you of this trait in the past? Let as many events come to mind with this. Really sit with it. Can you let the feelings come up from that? It doesn't matter how many times these feelings have or haven't come up before. Just give them space. Now consider the opposite of that trait. In what times have you embodied that opposite? If the trait is selflessness, think of times you were being selfish, or the times that others called you selfish. If the trait is compassionate, think of times you were apathetic or perceived as apathetic. Can you notice a thread that connects these times? Maybe it triggered you a certain way, or maybe it's part of a defense mechanism. Notice anything you can. It's okay if you don't. I'm going to stand behind you and place my hand on your back, where your heart center is. You can take this healing if you'd like, but it will only work if you respond with yes or confirmation that you'd like the healing. My healing will not go to anyone who doesn't want it. Breathe into these memories Breathe into the shame you might feel when these opposite traits come up for you. You can hold space for paradox. After all, no one is so simple. Just breathe. You can trust again. You can start over anytime. You can bring love to your echo when you're feeling conflicted. All of your feelings matter, not just the good ones. Please hold space for them. Now think of something you haven't forgiven yourself for. This could be something that involved others, or it could relate to abandoning yourself. Maybe you chose something that hurt you knowingly, and you're still working through the repercussions. Look into the eyes of your echo and feel the pain behind the action. You are still here, and you are more than this. Can you forgive yourself? Can you connect with this echo and listen to what it wants to say? Take some time to hear their words. Can you thank the echo for trying its best to protect you? Can you see how that protection has both helped you at the time and hindered your sense of openness? Remember your breathing. Reach out to your echo and embrace it for what it truly is for you. Let the darkness open and fall away, like a fog clearing out. What remains of this echo now that the pain has been acknowledged and the fog has cleared away? Open your heart and step into it. Let the vulnerability of your love pour into it. And let its light dissolve into you. There's the stone. Go ahead, take it. I'm so proud of you. You really met yourself in that space without much preparation. Wow. Again, I'm really sorry for waiting to reveal what I knew. I'm supposed to be your guide. I should have prepared you for this echo. But when we first got to the island, I didn't know how to tell you, and then the other echoes were quick to find you, and there wasn't time. So take as much time as you need now to let that sink in, because this is just the beginning. Let's sit here on the ground for a minute. Take a deep breath into your belly. And let it go. Before we restore these healing waters to the falls, you might want to reflect on what happened with your echo. Not just the interaction and the meditation, but even how your surroundings responded to the echo. Do you remember what I said when we first met? Part of healing yourself in Sapphire means you're healing your connection to the Nevedin. Your echo was part of that connection, so I'm sure the Nevedin felt that too. Don't be surprised if more themes from this encounter come up, now that you're aware of so much. Once you acknowledge an echo, don't be surprised if more themes from this encounter come up, now that you're aware of so much. Once you start to acknowledge an echo, you can start to identify in your waking life how it starts to develop over time. But that's another quest for another day. For now, just listen to the birds and the sounds of the forest. Come back into your body. Tilt your neck from side to side. Move your fingers and your toes. Take one last deep breath. And on the exhale, open your eyes. Thank you for showing up today. I hope this episode has brought you peace and a new understanding of what you came here to be. If you like this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a rating, or if you're open to it, leave a comment or review to share your experiences. If you want to take your journey further, you can visit sapphire.ca and stay updated on new episodes and offerings. Stay tuned for the next episode when we finally heal with the water of the Aspen Falls. Always remember to be who you came here to be and trust in what your journey has in store for you.